You look at the next day, it's completely brown. You're like, nope, you didn't catch me at my best. You don't deserve me.
Don't deserve it as worse.
Mm-hmm. You deserve me at my worst. It's just this.
Yeah, fruits I'm not too big on actually.
What
You
are you,
don't
a
like
vegetable
vegetables
person?
either?
Which ones?
Vegetables? Your thoughts?
No, vegetables. I'll eat vegetables all day, every day. I have vegetables like almost every day.
Hey, are tomatoes fruits or vegetables?
Fruits?
See, tomatoes grow on a vine, like strawberries, kind of like a bush kind of thing. So I kind of want to say they're fruit.
But hold on. Here's a real question: is a hot dog a sandwich?
Huh?
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
No, it's not. Are we sure about that?
Ask Chad. I don't
Buddy,
think
you
so.
need to tell us when we're live.
I don't consider a hot dog a sandwich.
I
Okay.
mean, you can have a hot dog sandwich so long as there's no hot dog bun involved.
So the bun makes it a sandwich or not? Is that what you're saying?
I would say the bun needs to be two separate pieces for it to be considered a sandwich to me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, actually, no, that makes sense. I agree with Rico.
All right, before we start, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Cool.
Oh, Shadow didn't tell you? That was your-
That's it. Shadow just kind of does this. All right, Chad, what's going on? It's your main boy, Westtown HD. We are here with the HPMP. This is the pre-show. If you've got those Cineplex gift cards and your Cineplex Air Miles, actually, I don't know if you guys have Cineplex in
Hell no, we ain't got no backwards Cineplex. What is that, huh? This is Canadian movie theaters.
Hello. What y'all got for theaters?
We have AMC, sir.
AMC, Regals,
Say AMC?
AMC, my guy.
I'm pretty sure that's a division of the Canadian military.
Oh man, this is what this Canadian stuff. They legalized marijuana, and this is what we get from them.
Listen, bro. Listen, I wasn't on board with that. I was like, you know what? If people are gonna do it either way. I already got enough stupid people coming into my store anyway. You know, this is only gonna heighten it.
Oh man. Okay, so I guess we're waiting for Niara to get back, but I guess
This is why you don't start podcasts right away. Because some people gotta pee.
It's fine. It's fine.
What's
Yo,
up?
chat. We're gonna
I'm
be
back.
looking for. Oh, Nira's back. Never mind. Let's say we're looking for viewer questions at this point.
All right, let's get this started up. Welcome everybody, HBMP episode 49. This is the best JRPG podcast around. We all know this; it's true. I like to hype myself up, but we'll go up to introductions. So, Diarly, introduce yourself and tell the people where you can find you.
What's up, guys? I'm Gnarly. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about Megami Tensei and Persona, and you can find me on Twitter as at crawling_Gnarly and youtube.com/c/Gnarly.
All right. Riku, go ahead, my guy.
Riku-san one, the only one here. How is everyone doing today on this nice, fine Monday? We're here to talk about some JRPGs. We got some decent topics here, and seems like we'll be covering some more listener questions. So throw those in if you have any juicy ones for us to answer.
All right, Pelvic.
What's up, guys? It's your girl. I'm happy to be back. And for those who don't know, it seems like a lot of the chat already knows, but today is Shadow's birthday. So
Oh,
wish him
man.
happy birthday in the chat. I don't know why I'm so hyped for Shadow's birthday. This has literally nothing to do with me, but I'm so excited. I'm just happy that, he's now like ancient. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm ancient, man.
Ancient as fuck,
Yeah,
yeah, just
You
ancient.
might as well
That's
just
it.
give your birthday party to Pelvic.
Just ancient. Party with Jesus back in the day,
Yeah, a little bit of
But,
something like that, you know.
So, yeah. Okay. That's it.
All right. And Blakey boy.
It is that time. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Fairy Tale Town HD. We're
Oh,
back
gosh.
at it again with the HPMP greatness. Excited to be here. Excited to talk about Fairy Tale. Excited to get these questions rolling and to spread the good word.
All right. And of course, you guys know me, Mr. JRPG here, Shadow Elite, the man with the best opinions on JRPGs on the internet. Yeah, that's right. I'm a little bit narcissistic. I know this. I don't really care. We all know Final Fantasy VIII is the best Final Fantasy. Well,
Oh
not.
my god.
Well, it's better than Final Fantasy
fucking
9 at the very
crap.
least, but you know.
No, you haven't even finished 9. You don't get to speak on 9.
I think I played enough
Guys.
of 9. That's all I'm saying. I played enough of it.
Oh my god. No, play 8 in 2020. Oh my god. Play 8 in 2020 and tell me it is better than 9.
All right, Pubby. I'll make you a deal. I will play.
What's the deal?
I will play 8 if you play Resident Evil.
Yeah.
No, whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Now
I'm
she's
sorry.
falling back.
We went down from a PlayStation 5. Okay? Like, wait a minute. No.
Listen, Pelvic, you had your chance.
No. Absolutely. Blake, you're not a part of this. Absolutely. All right, continue with the podcast. Toward the end, we'll go back at it.
Fair enough. We asked you guys to hit that like button if you are around right now, enjoying us, and maybe if you're listening after, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button and throw a comment. But always helps. All right, so let's just get into the topics. Let's just jump right into the topics real quick. Usually you go what we're playing, but let's jump into the topics right now. Let's start with Eiyuden Chronicle. So this is a Kickstarter game, which I have feelings about. And it's from the creators of Suikoden, I believe, Pelvic.
Yeah,
That is
Suikoden or
correct.
Suikoden, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. What's the right pronunciation for that?
It's Suikoden.
Suikoden. Okay.
Yeah, but you can say Suikoden. People know what the fuck you're saying, you know? It's not
Okay.
bad.
I don't want people like being correcting me and whatnot. So this game, Pelvic, I think you know more about this than I do. You wanna touch on it a little bit?
Sure. So Eiyuden Chronicle is 100 Heroes is from the writer, like the original creator of Suikoden, Yoshitaka Murayama, and he took part in Suikoden 1 and 2, and I think 3 he like dropped out midway. But point is, Suikoden 1 and 2, specifically 2, is just so beloved and is one of the best JRPGs I've ever played. And so Eiyuden Chronicle, it's run by his team, the Rabbit and Bear Studios. It's him, it's Junko, who's the original artist. They have a developer or creator, I don't know, of Castlevania something Aria, I forget. But they have Michiko
Sorrow?
or huh?
Yeah.
Aria of Sorrow, yes. They have Michiko Naruki, who is the composer of Wild Arms, whom I love. Like Wild Arms, such good music. And they also have Sakuraba. What's his name? The point is, he does a lot of Tales of. Like he's famously known for Tales of. He does a lot of things, but Tales of is what most people would know him from. So they have like a seasoned crew, and it's very much a spiritual successor to Suikoden. Suikoden's whole thing is you want to collect 108 stars of destiny, 108 stars to aid you in your rebellion. And not all of these characters are playable. Some of them, like they go into your headquarters, like your castle essentially, and they'll sell you things, storage. They might be a detective, so you can find other other characters, etc., etc. And then of course you do have the ones who will help you in battle, who are more tanks or magicians or typical JRPG stuff. And it's just really exciting because Suikoden has been dead. That series has been dead for so long. It's under Konami's foot, and we all know how Konami is. So, yes, Motoi Sakuraba is a part of it. Sorry, I'm reading comments, but so this is so exciting. I think it's been dead for so long. So to have like a handful of the original creators and people who took part in Suikoden is so exciting. Like you don't understand. People just all over are rejoicing. We smashed the fucking the goal. It was dominated.
I think it was like what 500K that they had to get.
Yeah,
and
500K, and right now we're at like we're over 2.5 mil, I think.
Oh my goodness.
So, and I mean this is like I think like 4 days ago, but I mean we smashed it. It was unbelievable, and that just speaks volumes to how many people wanted this series revived. And Konami, if I was Konami, I'd be kicking myself in the foot or kicking myself in the face because, hello, so much money is to be made here. People were throwing money at it. I mean, so it's been so, it's been amazing. Eiyuden Chronicles, I highly recommend you check it out. I am so thrilled. It looks great. The art is definitely reminiscent of Octopath Traveler. If you love that style, gosh, there's so much to ramble on about. Any questions you have about it, I got you.
I haven't played many Suikoden games. I only played Taylor Keys. I think I was on DS or 3DS. I'm not sure.
Which one? Jeez.
Yeah, so I played that one. I thought it was pretty good. So like when they say like there's 100 characters, I think you said they're not all playable, right?
Correct.
So yeah, when it comes to Eiyuden Chronicle, as far as we heard, the little subtitle under it says 100 heroes. They're actually trying to make 100 playable characters in this one. In regards to Suikoden, as far as I know, the one that had the highest amount of playable characters was Suikoden 2 with 72, and then the rest were, what Pelvic said, people that they assist you in other ways. So this one will be the first one that they made that actually even reaches the 3-digit numbers, which is cool.
See that don't impress me at all. 100 characters to play as, that doesn't impress me personally. That sounds great to put on paper. That sounds great for marketing, but for me, I'm pretty sure not all those characters are going to be. You're going to use all those characters, and they're all going to be different from each other.
I think that's their goal when it comes to this time around, because I do remember when playing Suikoden 1 and 2. The large roster, there's a decent amount of them that were throwaways, but there were a lot of them that were, they had their nice, cool thing to them. And then a nice thing about that is the fact that specific characters have combination attacks with each other. So, it's cool to see certain combination attacks because it's more than just 2 characters that can do it. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4. You obviously know that Suikoden is at least up to 2 was known for having 6 playable characters on the battlefield. So the amount of combinations that you could do with the amount of characters that you have to choose from, it was always a treat to at least see it once. To go get the character, get those 2 characters together, and then do the combination attacks and see it play out. I'm assuming that.
I mean, are they gonna have enough time to make all those characters and all those combination attacks?
I would assume that they would. I mean, I doubt that they would come out. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. Go ahead, finish, and then I'll chime in.
I was just gonna say I would assume that they would be taking those things into consideration. Like I said, I don't think that they would call this 100 heroes and then come out and give us a bunch of throwaway characters. But we'll see. I hope that is something that they're taking into consideration.
Okay.
So so to add on to that, the game isn't coming out till 2022, so they have time to flesh things out and get things moving. And they seem, from what we saw, they seem to have a good handle on what needs to be done, what characters, what gameplay they're gonna do. One of the cool I'm so excited for is your castle. You can customize it to an extent, so you can align yourself with certain guilds, which seems to be a callback to Alliance Alive, which is one of Murayama's previous and more recent works that was on the 3DS and then recently ported HD to PC, Switch, and PlayStation 4. But each guild will change your castle or your headquarters, and so you'll have guild customization. He said something like, "Oh, you'll be able to build your fortress. Do you want it stronger, or do you want to work faster, or something? Stuff like that. Kind of. I don't want to say tower defense or anything, but just kind of how you want to just create the stats your castle has, right? And then what's cool is he says bandits or thieves will try to attack your castle, which adds a whole nother element of okay, how do I want to build this? Do I focus on the attack right now, or do I consider building? There's just I love that. I love anything that gives me that type of control and personalization too. So if you align yourself, I'm making guilds up, but the blacksmith guild, let's say your weapons are stronger, then if you align yourself with the magic guild, which obviously enhances your magic abilities and whatnot, certain spells are available to you. None of that is solidified, but that's just an example, and I think that's so. No other Suikoden game that I've played, I've only played 1 through 4, does that, and I think that's awesome. And there's so much things that we haven't seen. We haven't seen the world map. We haven't seen different unite attacks. We haven't seen if mounts are coming back, because before you could there was a griffith you could ride, or a griffin you could ride, which was, shut up, Riku. I caught that.
But this is
But,
all
you know,
for like I think what you're mentioning is all like Suikoden games, right? So it's not any possibility that all that extra stuff it's going to come to this game, is it? Or did they confirm that?
100%. No, but you have to understand, a lot of this game is sweet. It's practically Suikoden without the name. The fact that you have a bunch of characters, the fact that you have a castle, HQ, the fact that the story is about war, which every Suikoden game centralizes in. It's there's oh my gosh, some of the combat was very, very Suikoden like there are different formations. Some formations we saw like around boss fights, which was interesting, but others in like the Kickstarter you actually see that 3x3 line. You know what I mean? That standard formation there. It's very, very reminiscent. Like I'm telling you, it's a Suikoden spiritual successor. So every Suikoden fan should expect this to play like Suikoden. Period, point blank. There's literally, you look at it and it screams. Even the art. If you look like what the icon that you have now, Eiyuden Chronicle, 100 Heroes. That picture with I forgot their names, but the main characters. Look at that image, and then you look at an image of pull up Suikoden 3. That art, it's so similar. It's shamelessly Suikoden. It's undeniably sweet. They have in Eiyuden Chronicles they have something called rune lenses. In Suikoden there are things called runes. So it's such callbacks are unreal here. So it is unapologetically Suikoden.
Yeah, this is definitely the epitome of what a spiritual successor is. Like even more, or damn near to the same level as what Mighty Number 9 is. Regardless of how good Mighty Number 9 is, that was a straight up Mega Man. Mighty Number 9 enemies that you fight, you take over their abilities. You're freaking Mega Man, bro. But going back to Suikoden, if there Eiyuden Chronicle. If there's one thing that I would like Eiyuden Chronicle to do in regards to having such a large cast, even though we are going to be able to bring 6 characters with us, I think with those other 94 that we aren't using, I think I would like to see more instances in the game that allowed us to bring, how in Final Fantasy VI there are certain dungeons, especially the final dungeon, you can bring a squad of 3 different teams to dungeon crawl it. I think with their large cast, I think that would be the smartest thing to do.
So break up 100 heroes and
I'm not saying freaking take a freaking 100 and divide it by 6 and you done. Oh my fuck, that would be ridiculous.
That's insane.
But what I'm saying is that at least something to that degree. Obviously, we can't take all one. That would be insane if they said, "All right, you have to optimize all 100 of your characters for this final dungeon." No, I highly doubt that they would even consider that. But something to that degree, just so that the player won't find like the 6 of their favorite and then stick to that, because I know none of us here will do that, but there are people out there that will do that, where like, this is my favorite 6, I don't even feel like trying the rest of the characters, so that would encourage them to.
I ain't gonna lie, that's like me. I found like 10 characters. I don't know, now like I'm good.
People, all right, well, let me rephrase that. People like you that only like will take 6 characters and be like, all right, I'm just gonna ignore all of the other characters, even though I might like them better than what I have right now. I don't feel like exploring out there and seeing what's there.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna go and experiment with like 100 people. I'm gonna find the ones that I want, that I like, and then like maybe I like find the characters that I like and maybe find one that's unique. But ultimately, there's gonna be like one party I use with the exception of 1 or 2 people that I'm constantly switching in and out.
That's understandable.
Okay. So, I kind of feel like a mix in between. If there's like a character who's like personality I hate, I'm like, I'm never gonna use you because you pissed me off. Like, screw you. But there's something about like finding a character that like you have to work for. So in Suikoden, there is different ways to obtain the characters. You don't just like walk up to them and be like, hey, join me, and they're like, okay. There are a few, yes, but some are like, win the cooking competition, do a dance mini game. I won't join you unless this person's in your party. I won't join you unless you're at this level. I won't. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes when you work really hard for a character, you're like, okay, I have them now. What are they about? You know what I mean? Like if you saw someone doing like some really cool martial arts in the background, and they're like, "I'll only join you once you're level 40." You're kind of, but you see their animation, it kind of intrigues you. You're like, "I want to see what this guy is like destroying this dummy," right? So like, and I think certain character designs even will captivate. Like everyone plays differently.
Yep.
And I think that's part of like the beauty, right? Is if you want to experiment with all the characters, you absolutely can. If you don't, you found your 6th favorite and you're Gucci, dope. But it's always an option, it's never forcing you to have these characters. One thing I would love though in Suikoden 4, as long as you were on the boat, you could make 3 parties and you could switch between those parties. So I think what would be cool is if we had maybe like a second party option, so that way we are using more of our 100 characters, if that makes sense. So that way, like, yes, while 12 is still a drop in the bucket compared to 100, it's still more than 6, and I think I think that would be beneficial. That's something I mentioned before.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think for when it comes to this game, finding more ways to encourage the player to use as many of the characters that they create, because as far as the designs that we're seeing that they're making for the characters, a decent amount of them, if not all of them, look very unique. So I would hope that they are, from a gameplay standpoint, keeping that consistency as well.
Dude,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Oh, what I was gonna say, if there's one thing that I really do hope that, and you're gonna have to confirm this for me, Pell, when it comes to Suikoden 3 and 4, I haven't played them, but when it comes to recruiting your characters, I really do hope when it comes to Eiyuden Chronicle that there aren't any characters that are missable. So, because that is kind of vaguely annoying, that, you just, if you're someone that just wants to play the game, right, and you don't want to really look at any guide, you just want to go in there blind, and for you to, for there to be specific characters that are missable, that kind of, at least for me, turns me off, that I have to worry about this specific character or that specific character at this point in the game, and I have to make sure that I get them, and I'm, sometimes looking at a guide to make sure that I don't miss them.
Yeah, and usually in Suikoden games, are they like missable characters?
As far as I remember, in Suikoden 2, there was. I can't remember if there was in 1. What about 3 and 4, Pell?
4 definitely. 4 absolutely. 3, I believe there has to be. I think so. And actually, I don't think 3 had any missable characters. I know 4 did, but 3, I don't think so. But was interested with 3. So 5 has a lot of missable. Someone in my Discord is a huge Suikoden fan. They're listening now. They're like, 5 has a lot of missable ones, so 5 has missable. But so Suikoden 3 does something interesting. So Suikoden 3, you play as 3 different characters in each different branch. And the thing is, if you recruit, let's say you're me, okay, in Suikoden 3, and I recruit Bao, like Bao is now like mine. He is mine. And then if Riku recruits
you heard that, Bao?
And then if Riku, yeah, he's in the chat. And then if Riku recruits Shadow, then like if you go back to playing me, I can no longer get Shadow because now he's part of Riku's group. And then until like the very end.
I don't want to be part of your group anyway.
Okay, good. but you get what I'm saying though. So Suikoden 3 definitely does it differently. I don't know if. So I'm gonna look and see. Point is, I hope you're right. There are no missable characters. What there is in Suikoden 2, there are timed quests, which are the absolute worst. You don't know what's happening.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So none of that.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah, there's specific characters in Suikoden 2, as far as I remember. If you don't get to this specific part in the story in a certain amount of playtime, then it won't trigger a specific cutscene that you need to get that specific character. And I was just like,
I hate those.
And as far as I remember, that character is a really good character too. So it's just like,
so basically, you gotta have a guide up as you play the damn game.
If you're trying to get all 108 Destiny and that final ending, which I hope, I personally hope they don't have some type of like thing like that in Eiyuden Chronicle where there's.
So this seems like a type of game I should wait like a couple of weeks after it comes out to figure out who I want. so I can just
I'm
get
not
them
gonna
off the bat.
lie, probably yeah. Because
Yeah.
even like they're the how to get some of the characters are so obscure, it's ridiculous. For example, one dude literally appears at a hotel randomly. So you might walk into in this town, in this hotel, in this inn, right? You go in, he's not there. So you have to keep literally walking in and out, in and out, in and out, hoping he appears. You know what I mean? It's so obscure.
This is like
There
like
was
a
this
new
one-
Pokemon generation.
There
Yeah,
was
like,
this one character. That you remember the farmer in Suikoden 2, where if you step on his like crops, he gets mad at you and you miss out on that character completely. I was like, what? Yeah, you step on his crops before you get him. He's pissed at you and he doesn't join your cause because you stepped on his crops. Like,
Well, if
wow.
you hear that, you newcomers don't step on anyone's crops in the Eiyuden Chronicle, okay? Nothing.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Just
crazy
like
stuff
Skyrim.
that they were doing in Suikoden 2. I hope that if you want to put restrictions on the player getting a character, then you do what like Pell said that they did in the games that you've done before, where it's like you're not strong enough or get this character to get me. Those type of things, those type of restrictions, I'm fine with. But locking you out of a character completely because the player wasn't aware that there was some type of hidden requirement, don't do that.
That's some bullshit.
Don't do that.
Nearly Blake, you guys got anything to say on this game, or this ain't your cup of tea?
Well, I mean, I haven't played Suikoden 2, but I haven't played any of the Suikodens, but listening to you guys talk about it has kind of made me want to play them. Because
Yay!
I
You should
got
at
a
least
bunch
play
of
one
them
and
during I got a bunch of them during a digital sale. But I'm also gonna say, like, with this particular game is that it's Kickstarter, so I'm not saying it doesn't look cool, but it is Kickstarter, so I wouldn't get my hopes up.
Yeah.
Finally, a reasonable person in
Stop. Oh my
this
God,
in this
please.
thing. Let me just
No.
say this real quick, Pel, before you go on about this. Listen, Kickstarter games ain't all sunshine and rainbows. They don't always come out on top or amazing. Mighty
I
Number
would-
9. What?
Okay.
Like, I would not expect it to come out in 2022. I think it's gonna be 23 at the earliest.
There we go. Exactly. I think it's gonna get
That's
delayed.
okay.
I think
Fine.
this 100 hero
Fine.
stuff is gonna be like DLC for the most part, like after the game is released.
Dang.
This is gonna be some
Hold
BS
on.
going
Man.
on.
But
If
it
it-
would
if it
come
does-
out,
He's
though, but it
speaking
would
the
come-
worst
and-
timeline.
And you need to understand, though, some of these Kickstarters are not started by reputable people. This is literally, I mean, we have industry vets up in here, so it's not like Joe Schmo just putting together something.
Hey man,
You
we had
know-
industry vets for Mighty Number 9. Look what happened to that.
So,
Yeah,
Shenmue
I've never
3.
played it.
You got
Mm.
the creator of Mega Man behind.
People, I don't know, people like Shenmue
Wonderful
3.
101.
People,
Really? I think
Yeah,
there was a decent
I've-
amount of-
I mean, I don't care about Shenmue, but I hear that was. So, I have
This is
faith.
one game called
I believe I will give Gnarly this. I'll give him that it might come out in 2023, and I'm not going to be surprised. And frankly, I'm not even going to be mad because I have so many fucking games to play. Like, a delay doesn't even phase me anymore. At this point, it's like industry standard. A game doesn't get delayed. There's a few, they exist, but at what cost? Look at Xenoblade Chronicles, 2. Sure, that game came out when it said it was, but
Oh yeah,
anyways,
that game could
I
have
digress.
There's like another Kickstarter game that I was interested in called Soul Saga, and that game was promising to be like old school JRPGs, promising to be like Chrono Trigger and whatnot. It pretty much became a menu based ship game, going around using ships and repairing people's stuff with very minimal battle. So
just like Chrono Trigger.
yeah, so that game really didn't come through correctly the way I wanted it to, and like the creator went on a crusade to silence anybody who disagreed with how the end game came out. So yeah, some Kickstarter games, they just don't do it for me. I honestly think some companies and some developers, they need a publisher behind them. They need some sense of urgency, because just having the fans behind them, I feel like it ain't enough. They gotta feel like their job is on the line or something like that. Because I feel like with Kickstarters, that urgency isn't there. Okay, there's gotta be some type of fear when you're.
Jeez, you started to sound like my mother. When she
I'm not
was
saying.
young.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, they need some type of
Yeah, this
law
man shouted
order.
out, bro.
It's something like that. Like,
This man shout out said,
Right.
if they can't get it out in time, bro, get the belt.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from in regards to making sure that the people that we gave the money to, you know, are responsible at providing what they advertise to us. And yeah, there has been many examples of Kickstarters where, they come out with something, they said, they only need 150,000 or whatever, and they get like 1 million. They're like, "Ooh, we have all this money. Well, we should definitely try to do way more than what we initially wanted to do." And then you see all of these new goals being added, and the game being pushed back. Then it either getting dropped and you just don't get your money back, or it coming out and being garbage. Sadly, this type of examples have given Kickstarter overall a bad name.
Exactly.
And it's sad because it's like Kickstarter is a good way to directly reach the fans that really want whatever you're trying to create, especially when it comes to these spiritual successors like Mighty Number 9, Bloodstained, and now Eiyuden Chronicle. So it's just sad that there's a lot of instances where it doesn't work out.
Yeah, admittedly, there might be more success stories than there are failures, but the failures, they stick out way too much.
Big. They are very big, yeah. But no, I'm with Lady Pelvic. I'm sorry. Like, I really want to have faith and just like hope that they do the right thing when it comes to, and everything turns out right. And this can be one of the examples where, hey, look, a Kickstarter where they knocked the goal out of the park, and they came out with the project, and it's good, and we can use that as a perfect example of showing that Kickstarter can be a good thing. But if it doesn't work, man, I think this will be strike 2, because I tried to I put my money into a previous Kickstarter back in 2016, and the product that they were advertising, I have yet to got it. I still get emails that I'm saying we're working on it. See, here's the pictures and all that stuff, and it's just like, bro, that was 4 years ago, and I'm still here. And this was something that they promised that they would have to me that following year. So 2017 is when I should have gotten it. So it's like,
damn,
I would hate for this to happen again.
Yeah, and if
knocking on wood, I really don't want this shit to happen, especially to a spiritual successor to a franchise that I have in my top.
And if this game does come out and it turns out to be a piece of crap, then I think that pretty much means that anything to do with Suikoden is going to be dead in the water.
Yikes. Yeah,
this will definitely. Go ahead.
Unless Konami makes a comeback one day, which will probably never happen.
Maybe as a mobile game.
The hell is wrong with Konami, man? They're just letting all of their franchises die. Metal Gear, Castlevania, Zone of the Enders, Suikoden, like
Vandal Hearts.
Have anything after?
Vandal Hearts. Konami.
Oh yeah, Vandal Hearts.
Konami just doesn't give a shit, do they? Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, Eiyuden Chronicle. We're praying that it does well. They already got our money. We're just gonna hope that they do the right thing.
Okay. All right. So
don't need you naysayers up in here.
Hey, listen. All I just need, I need an update sometime in October. Give me something out by October, and I'll change my tune.
I've been getting emails already on stuff. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or what would you want them to have done?
I want to see at least 3 minutes of gameplay. That's what I want to see.
That sounds reasonable. Or at least like a 1.5-minute trailer or something.
And you know what?
Footage wise.
Yeah, I don't care if they change it up like halfway through. Maybe they change up the UI and interface like halfway through. Maybe like by next year or something like that. I don't care. Just give me some type of concept that you know what this battle system is gonna be like, at the very least.
Yeah, with the amount of stuff that they've presented to us already, we would assume that they are definitely, a decent way through its creation already. They're not. A lot of these Kickstarters, they start from like 10% scratch.
Not even sometimes.
Maybe even like 5, and they show you like one screenshot, and everyone flips out, and they're like, ah,
yeah,
This looks like they at least have like some type of engine, and they look like they're further than what we probably think they are.
All right. Okay, so that's Eiyuden Chronicle. Let's go on to I consider it minor news. Persona 5 Scramble. Wrong
It's
one.
not really new. Well, it's kind of news, but we still don't have any official word from Atlas yet.
I say until a trailer shows up, it's minor news.
Yeah, because like, well, who confirmed it? Like you said, like Taiwan.
Koei Tecmo's physical report,
Oh,
their financial
okay.
report for the year
Yeah.
said that a Western release is planned, and it was like, yeah, the water's blue. So it's it's just a matter of whenever Atlas wants to let us have it. But personally, I feel like if they release it too close to Nocturne remaster, it's gonna cannibalize that. If you release
Yeah.
anything SMT post to Persona, it's gonna get overshadowed as hell. So they need to release it before Nocturne.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Because like when the SMT5 trailer was shown, like I was seeing a bunch of Persona fans getting excited for it, and I thought that was cool. But then if Scramble comes out like right before SMT5, nobody's gonna care. That's what I'm afraid of.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, there would be way more
Or
interest in a
Doctrine
Persona
Remastered.
5 game than there
I
would
mean,
be
re-
a SMT
like-
game.
Realistically, I think it's either going to come out really late this year or really early next year. But then again, I mean, this is Atlas, so could mean
I
anything.
mean, if they announce it in September, I could see like a January release date. But it's just a matter of when they're gonna announce it. Because I mean, did they say Nocturne was coming out in March, or did I dream that?
You dreamed that. I don't think
They
have
said they said spring 2021.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
so let's just say hypothetically, so they need to get it out before March. But even then, like if they release it in like February and then Nocturne in March, I think that's way too close.
I think. Well, I would assume that if they announce it soon, it will come out by the end of the year. But because I'm thinking SMT5 is going to come out late 2021, like probably holiday season 2021. But yeah,
that's right.
yeah, I think they need to get this game out as soon as possible. I don't know what's taking them so long. I don't know why they gotta ask on polls and like feedback. Do you want Persona 5 Scramble? I'm like, what? Huh?
Yes, I want Persona 5 Scramble. You can have back those shitty dancing games. Just give me Scramble. Please.
Nope, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I didn't mind the dancing. I thought they were all right. I mean, they seemed kind of money grubby, but like they were pretty
Nah.
cool.
No, I'm sorry. Like, I
So-
feel like the original music was even better than the remake.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I
I mean,
gotta.
some of the
there's-
remixes
there's-
are really good. Others are just really bad.
I don't even think like there's a few where I'm like, oh, I like it, but like I would still rather the original stuff. But whatever.
So wait, Niarli, your problem with the dancing games is it the value or are they just like barren?
Both.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're not like horrible games. It's just for $100, it's pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
Or 200 if you count the DLC.
Why? Wait, whoa. Why is the DLC so much? What is the DLC?
Do you
Just
know
songs?
how many the costumes and new songs there are?
Wow, I didn't
Oh
realize
my
that.
god,
What's crazy? What's crazy about that is that other rhythm games like Project Diva, like good rhythm games, they don't charge nearly as much for their DLC.
Yeah, and it's the
That
same
was-
publisher, so I don't see what
Just the same
I don't
publisher.
see what's wrong.
That's that Persona tax.
Isn't it?
Wow, that's interesting.
That's messed up.
I mean, I got them for like 20, so I guess for $20
I'll
it's
say I
not
did
that
too.
bad, but still. If I'd spent that much money on them when they came out, I would have been salty.
Damn, yikes. I mean, like, it's good that you can say that because me, for the most part, well, I say as well. I paid like $100 for Persona 5 Royal Digital Deluxe Edition. I know that shit wasn't worth no $100, but I brought it anyway because Persona 5, me and Persona 5 just go together like peanut butter and jelly. So I had no choice. But it's kind of scummy what Atlas does sometimes. They lucky they got Shin Megami Tensei and Persona under their belt.
So
Yeah.
what kind of DLC we getting for SMT5?
Oh, it's probably gonna be some demons and some boss battles.
Mm.
I mean, I don't think SMT5 is gonna have
And
great
new
DLC either.
I mean, honestly, like the costume DLCs that they did for Persona, along with like the BGMs they came for, I did not think those were terrible.
But they
Well, I
weren't
mean,
all that
yes,
great
like-
either.
but they're not worth $100.
No.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's how much they were charging for them. That's like, I got them when they were free with Royal. So
Like, I feel like all the costumes and the dancing games, they should have been in Royal. I don't know how they didn't do that, but I guess that might have cannibalized potential dancing DLC sales. I don't know, but they almost use the same engine, don't they?
yeah, it's all the same engine.
Yeah, so I don't understand that.
I will say though, the Persona 3 characters look sexy in that engine. Just saying.
Oh, they really do. They look so nice. I was like, man.
Yeah, I was actually considering getting that one.
It just makes me want a Persona 3 remake. Oh, I'd be so
Hey,
happy.
we're getting a Nocturne remake. We'll make it a 3 remake.
Okay,
You're getting,
well,
you're getting a Nocturne remaster.
Remaster, my guy.
We get
Yeah, I
Persona
want a
3 on
remake.
PC.
Yeah, they need to make a Persona 3, like, I don't know, call it Persona 3 Silver for some shit. Just all of the shit that because isn't there like 2 or 3 different versions of Persona?
I'd say call it Definitive Edition because there's Persona 3, FES, Portable, and Portable. See, Portable is great because it's got like the FemC. It's got like a bunch of quality of life changes, like being able to control your party members. But FES is like the canon route; it has like the answer and all that. So I would like to see like a unanimous version.
Everything combined into one and just use the Persona 5 engine with its graphics.
Am I the only one that actually prefers the 2D overworld of Portable?
I wouldn't say I prefer it, but it is nice. I'll say that.
It makes everything faster. That's
yeah, exactly. Like snip snap between places, and it just cuts off a lot of hours of time of just going back and forth. They definitely should do like a Persona 3 Definitive Edition, FES and Portable stuff.
It's probably going to be on PC.
Yeah, and there's no reason they shouldn't do that because we see how well Persona 4 did on PC.
Exactly.
There's no reason not to do this anymore. Yeah, I expect Persona 3 and Persona 5 to hit PC soon. Or not soon, but eventually.
Do you guys think that after Nocturne HD gets re-released, they'll port that to PC too?
I think it's inevitable.
I can see it.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. I think everything is going to come everywhere else.
It'll probably be just one of those things that they just shadow drop. It's like, here you go.
Yeah. Because Nocturne's on PS4 as well, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be on PC. They just like give it like another quarterly report so they can have something to put on their map for that year or something like that.
When Atlas is bored and they're like, we need to put something in real quick.
Yeah, and make money.
Nocturne real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, cool things. Also, another reason why I think they could be like delaying Scramble so much is because I believe the Japanese version is fully voiced. Like every piece of dialogue is voiced, including social links. So if they're going to dub it, that might take a while to get all the files together, especially during a pandemic.
Yeah.
You might be right, yeah. That's a good point.
What I've been hearing is that the voice actors are now like working from home.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, in theory, it wouldn't be too difficult to just record. Well, like I said, you don't have as much freedom to actually get one-on-one with the actual developer to like be like, hey, this is how I want this to sound, or when you got to re-record a bunch of lines. And...
you also like another thing to think about is you also have to think about like the quality of the recordings because they're probably all using different microphones and they're like recording it in different locations and stuff. You got to make sure there's no echo or background noise or anything like that.
Yeah, you would assume that they would at least provide them with some type of specific mic to make sure at least the audio quality can be as consistent as possible across all of them.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, because like you would need like a silent room or something like that has like I guess soundproof stuff on the walls. I forgot what those things are called to get like really good quality. Yeah, foam. Yeah, but that's a good point. This pandemic will really mess that up. Unless they just leave it undubbed, which
I mean. I'd honestly be okay with that.
And then they add the DLC. They add the English dub as DLC.
Like if they added the English dub later, then I'd be okay with the Japanese only audio release. But if not, I think I'd rather just wait.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was a traditional Muso game where it was just kind of like its own original story and then more hack and slash and anything, I'd be fine with no English dub. But whereas they got the social links in and it's actually like a full-blown Persona style game, I think I prefer the English dub, but I mean, I'd still take it. I get over it.
Yeah, I prefer the English dub as well, but that would probably end up interfering with sales because people will be like, "Oh, I want a dub. I don't want to listen to Japanese voices. I want to listen to my native language." So I don't think Atlas would want to do that.
My Xander Mobus is Joker-sama.
All right. So that's Persona Scramble coming to us soon. Like I said, I don't know why they had to question this, but yeah. So next up we got let's see. Do you want to talk about Fairy Tail, Blake? Because I got some stuff to say about Fairy Tail.
I'll say you want me to start? Because I mean, well, I say I haven't played as much as you have, so I'm playing right now. But so Fairy Tail came out on Friday. I was out the entire weekend, so I literally have just been hauling it to play a little bit today after I got off work, and then a little bit yesterday. So far, the game feels very nice, at least on PC. The Switch port looks a little rocky in certain areas with certain textures, and it looks it looks a little bit dodgy, but the PC port looks gorgeous. That beautiful 1080p 60. The combat feels very satisfying so far. All these moves that they be pulling off really look like they belong in a Musou game, but that's neither here nor there. Combat is fun, as I mentioned. The side quests are pretty standard for a JRPG. In terms of it being a JRPG, it doesn't necessarily do anything to stick out per se, aside from it's got that 5-man party system later on in the game, as well as it's got something that I've never seen before, where if you're in a battle and there's like a tree or something in the area, what you can do is you can actually, if you get a certain damage threshold, you can knock that tree over and then open up another part of the world, which is actually a fantastic like reference to the show where they're always like breaking shit. So I thought that was pretty cool. And aside from that, though, from what I've played so far, I'm really enjoying it. There's a few minor nitpicks here and there, like I wish more characters had models, and it feels like with the amount of times this game got delayed, where are these models? Because keep in mind, this game was supposed to come out November 24th of 2019, and then it came out, that was delayed to March, and then it got delayed from March to June, and then from June an extra month to July. It really makes you wonder how much of that is pandemic related.
Yeah, I fear to think what this game was like before all those delays.
What? I'm like, bro, how'd you delay it for almost a full year and like
it's still like this? It's like, okay, so here's my thing. I'm gonna come out and judge these games, these anime games, on their own like level for the most part, because we all know anime games, they're terrible for the most part, and they got so much stuff that are just like budgeted and cut out of it. It's pretty much just to sell. They're trying to get fans of the series to buy the game, pretty much for the most part. And fans of the series, they don't care for quality for the most part. They just want to have fun playing as their favorite characters. So these games are never going to actually go to the next level and be good. They're always just going to be at that mid-range level. So I'm judging Fairy Tail on that mid-range level, and it still misses the mark in so many places. It's crazy. As an RPG, I expect it to be bare bones. I think I said this countless times before this game was released, that this game just looks like a standard JRPG. There's not going to be anything special about this game, and I don't mind that. And I think like the people, the target audience they're going for, they really need all this like awesome grandiose stuff, like extra things to do stuff. Nah, they just can use fetch quests, go there, kill that, and gather that for the most part. They'll just be fun.
I wanted a Musou game. That's all I wanted.
Yeah,
straight up just Fairy Tail action. That was.
That would have been great too, but like I'm not gonna hold it against this game that they have subpar cutscenes and stuff like that. I will hold it against it for cutting out characters and character models and major plot points for the most part, because this game don't care about your feelings when it comes to knowing Fairy Tail. They assume that if you're playing this game, you know something about Fairy Tail.
But Shadow, if you go into the gallery and you go to the recap section, it gives you like 3 paragraphs of each major arc of the series.
No,
lets you know, bro.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Fuck that. That's not gonna help a newcomer.
Yeah, that's like the thing we talk about in the later Cold Steel games. We don't like it there. We don't like it. You know, you guys don't like it in Fairy Tail either. I just don't think using large novels and paragraphs in like a specific section of the game's menus to get people caught up is ever a good way to get them caught up.
Yeah, And it's like even as an RPG, it kind of like fails. Like in one major area that I hate the game is that the end game boss fight is just like he's a sponge. That's all he is. He's a big old HP sponge. He'll just take hits, but you'll be doing the same attacks over and over again. And don't get me wrong, like you said, Blake, it does look cool. The action does look great. But after a while, it's just like I'm just pressing buttons, not really thinking about much, because the game is piss easy. And I'm not gonna hold that against the game because, like, again, the people, the casuals, the newcomers, not even newcomers, just the casuals.
I think most modern JRPGs don't really have a high difficulty ceiling these days.
But not like this game. This game, like Blake, you'll see it when you get to the Grand Magic games. You'll see it. This game holds your hand.
I mean, if you attribute to the anime when they just kind of walk all over them, however, I mean,
you got a good point there. But here, it's like they're healing you during battle for you.
What?
They're healing you during battle. They're giving you buffs.
I can't remember asking them to support me. Like,
oh, absolutely not. They are just giving you buffs and healing you.
Does Fairy Tail have a hard mode?
It does have a hard mode. And I will say that it does have hard, but like I said, I'm not gonna complain about it because I could put the game on hard if I wanted to. And at the end of the day, the difficulty is a moot point, like I said, because like the people playing this game, for them, it's probably gonna be hard when I think about it. Because I play JRPGs on a regular, so I know how to deal with stuff. But for some normal people, they'll probably appreciate the hand holding, even though they won't know that it's hand holding. And like I've seen some people on some message boards saying, "Oh, the boss battles are challenging." I'm like, excuse me? Are you serious? The boss battles are challenging when they're literally helping you? I was like, all right, maybe this wasn't for me.
See, this is an interesting play. It's an interesting spot to be in because, for example, my girlfriend, she got this game because she loves Fairy Tail. To the best of my knowledge, has never played a JRPG before in her life.
Yep.
So if she can't like keep up with like all the unique systems that we're used to, like all the different status effects, everything that can happen in the run of a battle, then she could find some certain boss fights more challenging than not. So I mean, it's because with anime games as well, it's like you always get people, you always make them with the intention of this being someone's like very first game in this genre. Like, I know a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans that don't know how to play a fighting game. So, like I said, that's why Dragon Ball FighterZ was so controversial, because people were like, "I don't want this game. I want another Budokai game." And I was like, "What?" But
it's sad.
So it's a weird position to be in with these anime games. So it's like they can never really break out of their shell, and like be too ambitious because it may end up driving people away.
Yeah, that's a good point. And like, yeah, this is literally like people will be asking me what's the first JRPG I should play. This is like baby's first JRPG with the way they hold your hand. Like you, I don't want to say like you gotta be an idiot if you die, but seriously, if you just think about it for a second, oh, my HP is low, just heal. That's it. The boss ain't gonna do nothing crazy to you. Just go heal. It's not gonna do anything bad to you. But yeah, it's really basic when it comes to like boss setup. Like they'll either go 2 or 3 times in a row, and that's really it. And the damage isn't even that bad. So you really gotta be inept.
My first like true JRPG was Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii, and there were times where I like rage quit that game because some of the boss fights would just kick my ass.
No, that's understandable. Xenoblade, that's not baby's first JRPG. Absolutely not.
I didn't understand the whole concept of, oh, this is a field. I can go anywhere I want. That's a level 98 enemy. Why is it coming closer?
Oh yeah, that was always fun. Whenever I saw a level 90 enemy on the field and it come towards me, that was fun. But yeah, Fairy Tail. Like, listen. At the end of the day, if you're a fan of Fairy Tail, yeah, you can go get this game. Like, if you're a big fan of Fairy Tail, go get this game. It's probably worth the $60. Or what is it, Blake? How much is a new game for you?
Well, see, here in Canada, brand new Fairy Tail is $65, whereas a brand new game is $80. So it's $15 cheaper than a brand.
Oh, okay. So even Canada knows that this game ain't worth shit.
Most Tecmo games don't launch at full price here.
Oh, okay.
Like, Rise though was also like $50.
Okay, that's fair enough. But yeah, if you're a huge fan of Fairy Tail, go ahead and get it. You're gonna have fun playing as your favorite Fairy Tail characters and seeing them work. There are some moments in which they do like appeal to the fans. Like whenever you go to Luce's room, sometimes Natsu will be there at random. Gray's clothes will fly off.
A lot of like really cool reference. I mean, I'm really excited to see how this game does in terms of sales. But I think Gus said they wanted to make more Fairy Tail games, like make it like a trilogy of sorts, and like perhaps do like a prequel game which has like, the first couple of arcs, which they should have started with, and then after that go to like the end of Fairy Tail, which I would not mind. The only thing is I'm not sure how interesting the first little bit of Fairy Tail would be. I mean, Edelast would be interesting, but everything before that's a little, But the thing with this being the first game in the series, if they're planning to make more games, is that this is like they just got used to like these models in this engine. So in theory, if we get more Fairy Tail games, hopefully there'll be a lot more quality of life changes, and they'll like improve upon the engine. Like for example, the Ninja Storm games, I absolutely adore those games, and I think Ninja Storm 4 is the best Storm game out of all of them. And you can really see that like they improve upon each one with those games. But so hopefully. I mean, it's not an excuse for mediocrity, but it's in theory. Hopefully, we could get another Fairy Tail game that's decent. I mean, up to this point, we only had DS and PSP games that were very average.
Honestly, if we got another Fairy Tail game, I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out like this one. Just a little bit better, maybe with more character models and NPCs, maybe a little bit more cutscenes. But honestly, it's gonna be the same setup. I don't think they need to change it because like the people who are gonna buy it are gonna buy it anyway. At this point,
that's the sad part, because there are people like me, and I know there's a decent amount of them out there that we like our animes, right? So when we see a video game that is based off an anime that we like, and we're also a gamer and not a regular gamer, gamers above a gamer, we would like to see that anime game be an actual good and robust game, and then it's not. And then people like me will get turned off when it comes to games based off of animes and just not play them all together. So that's obviously an entire specific fan base that they're missing out on because
but I feel like they don't even want to go beyond that fan page. They just want to appeal to the people who watch the animes.
And that's what I'm saying. The amount of people that just watch the anime and play video games casually and don't care about, the overall quality of the game is far larger than the people on my side. So it's like, well, yeah, it's sad that looking into the distant future and probably forever, we won't, for the most part, won't get a lot of games based on animes that are robust in both quantity and quality.
Yeah, the only anime game that did that was Dragon Ball FighterZ. That's the only one that came with everything. It's good. It's just a legit good anime game. Absolutely. On all fronts. Except for maybe the DLC practices, but...
I mean, that's more arc system than
arc too. Like, I personally was a fan of the Xenoverse games. I think they were doing something good. I just think the hitbox was kind of ugly.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, though.
Yeah, see,
that was a good game.
Yeah, some of those Yu-Gi-Oh games I heard are very good as well. Like I said, I don't think I'm not saying there aren't any. I'm just saying they are very, very small.
Yeah.
Hey, Project Kakarot was also really good.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Yes.
I will not be defending Kakarot.
What about the Budokai Tenkaichi games? I mean, like, I'm not even a Dragon Ball fan, but I love those games.
No, those games are good. I would definitely say.
Now, wait a minute. The Budokai Tenkaichi or just Budokai?
Budokai Tenkaichi.
Budokai 2, debatably. Budokai 3, yes.
Yeah, the Tenkaichi games weren't too bad. Yeah, they were pretty fun for me to play back in the day.
Tenkaichi 2 and 3. Budokai 3. Those 3 in particular.
Okay. Budokai 3, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so that's that Fairy Tail. If you like Fairy Tail, go get the game. It's not a big deal. Everybody else.
Wait. I remember why they delayed it now. They at launch in November they were gonna have 10 playable characters. Now we have 15.
Who are those 10 playable characters again? Because I can't imagine this game having any other.
The 10 were Natsu, Lucy, Gray, Wendy, Urza, so the 5. Then the extra characters were Gajil, Juvia, Loxus, Makarov, and I think Mirajane. So then I think they added Guild Arts, Celia, I can't remember everyone else because I haven't gotten that far in the game yet. But there's a few other ones they added.
Okay. Because like now they're adding like a couple more characters as DLC, and I'm like, by the time I'm done with this game, oh wait,
Are they? Is there DLC for the game?
oh, there's gonna be DLC. There's gonna be like more characters. I think they're gonna add Elfman, Lisana.
They just ain't in the game.
Yeah, it's just not in the game yet. So there's definitely gonna be DLC characters.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
yeah, since this PC port was spotty for me, I can't like go to the post game. I mean, I technically finished the game, but unfortunately, I can't like save and get to the post game at all. So I can't play as my girl Mira Jane, and I'm so mad about that.
I don't. Only you, bro. I don't understand what's up with the why the game hates you so much.
I don't know, man. Like I went through the whole game without seeing any major cutscenes, and I said I don't really care because if I want to see them, I'll just go on YouTube. I'm sure somebody uploaded them. I didn't really mind it at all. But to take the ending of the end game, oh, I was upset. I even went to Koei Tecmo and told him like, bro, I can't even finish the game technically because of this mess. He was like,
did they tell you anything?
yeah, he said they're working on it, and he told them that this is interfering with the people finishing the game, so they're gonna fix it. It's just that right now on PC, if you get it on PC, be warned, you might get black screens for cutscenes. You might not be able to finish the game.
The only weird thing I've had with the PC port is that it takes like 2 minutes on startup to load. But
yeah,
aside from that, I haven't had any other issues.
like some of the textures are pretty bad. Like if you start looking at some textures on the rocks, they look terrible.
I really hope that this game gets mod support because I just want to see what the fan community can do.
It depends on what it like. If people who mod, they play the game. I don't expect many mods for this game. Only thing I expect from this game is a uncensored quote unquote mod, which
because they took the paint shots out.
Yeah, people are just. I don't get some people sometimes. I'm like, it's not a big deal for me. I guess I could see why it might be a big deal for some people.
The issue is that it was in the game and then they took it out with the day one patch. So
yeah.
What changed?
Basically, like reviewers, they were afraid for reviewers to get the game and see that stuff.
The reviewers see panties.
Yeah. So.
You hate to see it.
Whatever. All right, so let's go on to this, which seems to appear today. This whole big controversy with the PS4 controller and PS5, which I honestly don't get this problem. I really don't get this at all. I don't know, maybe Niali or Riku, do you guys see what's going on here? Because I don't get what the problem is.
What's the problem again?
You got the PS4 controller will work on PS5, but it just won't work for PS5 games.
So
Okay. I mean, that's basically the same deal with the PS2, where you can use PS1 controllers, but only for PS1 games.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, so people are upset because you can't use it for PS5 games?
Yep.
yeah, so I feel
That's
the
dumb.
reason. Yeah, I feel the reason people are upset that you can't use a last generation controller on the next generation games, which, firstly, like Niarli said, and everyone should know this because they've lived longer than a fucking console generation. Every generation prior to this, this has been the case. But the reason it seems like they're mad about it now is because of the fact that Xbox came out and said that you can use your Xbox One controller to play Xbox Series X games. So obviously people, when they see that Xbox can do it, they look over to Sony and be like, can we do this with the PlayStation? And when, PlayStation says, no, you can't do it. Not because we, literally can't do it, is because we won't do it, and we haven't done it in the past, and we won't be starting now. And people took that as that once again, Sony's being anti-consumer, allow us to do whatever we want. Xbox is allowing us to do it. Why can't you? And now they're, like everything prior, they're trying to turn it into something bigger than it actually is.
Yeah, because it's always been the same thing throughout each generation. You buy a new console, you gotta use that controller. What's the problem here? Now, I guess...
I mean, if anything, you should be thankful that you can use it at all.
That's true.
That is true, because, the PlayStation 5 has been confirmed to be backwards compatible. So they didn't say that you couldn't play your PlayStation 4 games on your PlayStation 5 with your DualShock 4. You can. You know, if they said that you could not play your DualShock 4, you couldn't play your PS4 games with your DualShock 4 on your PlayStation 5. If they said you couldn't do that, then I could understand if people were raging. But that's not the case, people. Why are you raging? Like I said, I feel the only reason they're raging is because you can do that on Xbox, and people, console wars, and they're all comparing shit. And you best believe if Xbox wasn't doing this, this wouldn't even be a conversation right now. Because like I said, no console prior has done this before. So to complain about it now it's only because Xbox is doing it.
Well, I mean, there's the Wii U if you count it.
What, can you use your Wii U Pro controller on the Switch?
No, well, no, you can use your Wii mode on the Wii U.
Well, only in Wii mode, and then certain games support it.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, but
That was probably a bad example.
yeah,
It's the only one I can think of.
yeah, it's a very it's one. It is one, but yeah, it's a very iffy one. But
There was the GameCube controllers being compatible with the Wii, and then being able to play a lot of Wii games with GameCube controllers.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool.
I did like that.
Yeah. I can understand Nintendo doing stuff like that, especially with the GameCube controller, since the fans they don't want that controller to die. They don't want that controller to die, so I can understand that. But yeah, I mean, even when it comes to like I said, the Wii U Pro controller, as far as I know, you can't use the Wii U Pro controller on your Switch, and no one complained about that.
No,
So that controller some dog shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that controller amazing for its battery. You would assume that someone.
It's got a great battery life, but the buttons and sticks are cheap as hell.
Oof. Well, there's that.
It's also got, it's really, because you know how like Xbox has the offset sticks, PlayStation has the two at the bottom. Nintendo's like, oh, we're gonna put the two at the top and see how that works. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah, they're trying to. It seems like they did that to be different. Like Sony has it at the bottom, Xbox has one up here and one down here, so we're gonna do something different.
I like the shape of the N64 controller better. Just saying.
Oof.
Oh my God, you're the only one with that kind of opinion.
I don't own three hands, so I.
What you mean you don't own? Do you own two hands, or were you born with two hands, bro?
Oh wow, he went technical. He went technical on you.
Oh, no.
You know what I meant. Like the fucking Xbox, not Xbox, the Nintendo 64 controller has three handles.
Well, so the third one's just for emotional support.
Jeez.
Yeah,
When you play Majora's Mask and you see that moon falling, bro, you need something to hold on to.
and like I guess from a like progression standpoint, like you're able to use other controllers for other consoles. Like I can always use my Xbox One controller on my PC, and that's nice. That's always nice. And I guess other controllers, like you guys have said in the past, have done it, and it's nice to have more options. But like when it comes to consoles, I wholeheartedly get why I wouldn't be able to use my previous gen controller on the new generation console. And I like you said, Riku, I don't know if it's because Xbox is doing this or not, but this is absolutely like nothing to be complaining about. Because
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because like I feel like if the PS5 came out and we just found this out through regular means, nobody would care. Nobody would absolutely care. It would just be a prompt on screen saying you can't use the controller while you're playing this PS5 game. That's it, over and done with, and they'll grab the PS5 controller.
And here's the thing with Xbox is I think it was Xbox United Kingdom's account, the UK account. They capitalized on this little outrage, kind of like how PlayStation capitalized this generation. When I remember at the beginning of this generation, it's like, here's how you share a game on PlayStation 4, and they handed the thing, and that exploded. It seems that the Xbox UK account is trying to do that right now, and they're like, yeah, everybody, you can use your Xbox One controllers on the Xbox Series X, and everybody was liking and retweeting that, so they were trying to capitalize on the rage that is going on right now.
So they were like Domino's, what they did to Halo.
Basically,
Because that was hilarious. That wasn't even
so...
nobody even that was uncalled for. Like seriously, like
yeah, basically, Domino's came out of nowhere. that was insane.
Domino's came with that smoked pepperoni.
It's like it's one thing if they just tweeted about it, but they not only tweeted about it, they had an image and they like photoshopped the image too. I was like, yo, they would end on this.
I could have swore I read an article too saying that the sales for Domino's in that last week skyrocketed.
That's crazy, man.
You saw a bunch of people posting.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for the culture, bro. Like Domino's, I'm like, all right, man. See, you're just adding to the fire. But,
I ain't gonna lie. I was about to order Domino's and put up a picture.
you're just helping adding.
Domino's really out here stay making that money.
Yeah, and I don't even like Domino's that much, and I was gonna order it.
I'm not even a Domino's person either.
Yeah.
I don't even think we have Domino's in Canada.
No, you're not missing out on much.
You guys have Pizza Hut.
Oh, that's right, we do. I was called Kogiya's Hut.
Oh yeah. I think.
That's what the Xbox UK tried to do, and it seemed successful. I mean, but
Hey man, when you in this console war, you ain't safe. All right, you mess up, you can expect these social media accounts to really go in. And it's fun for us because we on Twitter and we see all this stuff and we just laugh at it. So it's always fun.
Meanwhile, Phil Spencer's in the corner, like having a meltdown.
So yeah, that's what the PS4, PS5 debacle. I don't see the big deal about it at all. When I get the console, I'm just gonna use the PS5 controller, whatever. So people are just
What I wonder though is if you can use the PS5 controller with the PS4, kind of like how you can use the PS4 controller with the PS3.
So PS.
Wait, whoa, hold on. You could use the PS4 controller with the PS3?
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that. Holy shit!
I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the generation, Shadow, but yeah.
I was caring about the new generation. I didn't care about the old generation.
A couple of months before the PlayStation 4 came out, they GameStop and a couple of other retailers, Sony, sent them DualShock 4s that they could sell early. So you can, if you wire connect your DualShock 4 to your PlayStation 3, you can play it, but you won't have Rumble. And if you do want to connect it wirelessly, if you guys remember on the PlayStation 3, if you wanted to connect your Bluetooth headset on the PlayStation 3, you have to go to Bluetooth settings and scan Bluetooth and find your Bluetooth headset that way. That was the way that you would wirelessly connect your DualShock 4 to the PlayStation 3, is via that little Bluetooth device in the settings. But then you would also not have Rumble. You can't have Rumble. But yeah, you could use your DualShock 4 on the PlayStation 3. But the problem is, like I said, every time you turned it on, you would have to go to the Bluetooth device settings and set it up that way. It was
okay. It wasn't always connected where you could just press the PS
unless
button.
you had it wired, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
If you wanted to connect it wirelessly,
I mean, it's a nice feature, but it's not one that was necessary. So it's just a nice little.
But no, I'm with Niarly. It would be very cool if they did that again. And a couple of months before the PlayStation 5 came out, they started selling DualSense controllers and allowed them to use that on PlayStation 4. Especially since the architecture for the PS4 and the PS5 aren't that different. It's definitely not impossible to any degree to just add a firmware update and allow us to use the DualSense on the PlayStation 4. I would love that. Just like I said, I'm trying to get away from this DualShock 4 as quickly as possible. So
you're damn right.
Whoa. There ain't gonna be no PS4 controller slander in here.
Nah, all the slander coming.
All right, listen. The PS4 controller is fine as it is. All right.
Piece of garbage right now.
PlayStation 4, DualShock 4 slander, my guy.
Oh man.
Shadow, defend this controller, but be careful. You got 4 hours to do it before it dies.
Okay, yeah. Besides the battery life, the battery life could be way better. But other than
you ever
that,
put your controller on the charger at night and it shines into your eyelids?
Okay, yeah, that's annoying. But other than that, what's the problem with the controller besides the battery life?
The thumbsticks. Oh, the thumbsticks are garbage.
What?
I'm
holding it right now.
I would say at the beginning of the generation, there were a nice batch of DualShock 4s where the durability on the analog sticks were fucking terrible. They were tearing apart and all this other stuff. But it seems they got that under control now with this new batch. But no, yeah, I'm just with Blake. The battery life is just, it kills it, right? And that light bar is very intrusive.
It's a waste. Yeah, it's an absolute waste. Don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, I would prefer the Xbox 360 controller, the Xbox One controller all day, every day. But I don't think it's I don't think the PS4 controller is garbage.
I don't think it's garbage. It's just over, this entire generation of using it. I am just so tired. I'm ready to move on.
High key, I kind of like the PS3 controller more than PS4.
Okay, you're going a little bit too far. You're going way too
From a
far.
battery life standpoint, yes, but I remember I did pick up one of my DualShock 3s like a week or two ago. I saw it in my closet. I picked out. Jesus Christ, I was living like this. So yeah, as far as like hand holding one and whatnot, oof, I'm glad I'm not going back to that.
What about the triggers?
On the PS4?
On the PS4?
No, well, the PS4 has good triggers, but the other PlayStation controllers don't.
Oh yeah, nah.
No, they
Like especially the PS3. Like I cannot stand
yep.
playing any first-person shooter that uses R2 to shoot on the PS3.
Yeah, you see, and that was the reason why when it came to this generation, they started moving a lot of games, a lot of shooting games to shooting with R2. Even the first party Sony games like Uncharted and Killzone, all of those games in the PS3 era, they used R1 to shoot. But when they came over to PS4, they all started using R2.
Yeah,
I'm using R2 to shoot now. This is weird. And then you get used to it because the triggers over here aren't as bad as they were on PS3.
Yeah.
But no, that's one thing. I definitely commend the DualShock for improving the triggers. Those are fine. Those are good, and it looks like the DualSense is, at least from a comfort standpoint, is just making it look that much better. So they're going in the right direction. There was a rumor about it being only 3 to 4 hours longer than the DualShock 4, which would put it at what, 12?
8 to 12.
Yeah, 8 to 12 hours.
That's not too bad.
I don't know.
Also,
remember, we're coming off of people that I'm assuming everyone here owns a Switch Pro controller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're coming off of like god tier battery level life to
God, dude.
this. So it's like, I don't know. I hope that rumor isn't true and it's a little bit more than that. But I mean, at least it's better than the DualShock 4s because yeah, that shit is good.
Also, not that I expect anyone to care, but has anyone said anything about like what kind of colors the PS5 controllers will be coming in?
Please, just nothing, not the white, please. I need black. That white's gonna get so dirty so fast.
Dude, can we get some like translucent green or blue?
Oh, that would be great.
See,
I also saw that the PS5 itself, you can detach it and put other plates on it or something like that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's great. Yeah. That's a lot of customization right there.
See, how long did it take for the PS4 to get good controllers? Because it took them at least a couple of years before we actually got the the transient one they had to like glow the different colors, and then we had the midnight blue. The electric purple's really nice. Like they always seem to launch these controllers with like the standard red, camo, and like black. And camo was always ugly no matter which.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I got the crystal one. It's light blue and it's translucent.
That
They never had anything like that for the PS3, at least for first party. But on the PS2, they had the I think it's the midnight blue one and the emerald one. I really like those.
Oh yeah, these are nice. That's good with them. This crystal one looks pretty good. I wish
That's
I
my
had this
personal
one.
favorite. I have the Kingdom Hearts one, but
Oh man, I gotta get a new controller. Oh yeah, these controller issues, not too much of a big deal. So let's see. I think we can get into Discord questions right now. So let me pull up the Discord questions.
Actually, there is one other game I wanted to discuss. That was Yakuza 7.
Oh yeah, Like a Dragon. Yeah, that's coming out this year.
Yeah, and it's getting an English dub.
That's big. That's really big. Yeah.
Yes, it's got George Takei in it too. He's one of the
Wow,
the actors on Star Trek.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
They got George Takei. That's interesting. Okay, it's piqued my interest on this game.
But yeah, like I started marathoning the Yakuza games earlier this year, but then I kind of got sidetracked when Persona 5 came out. Persona 5 Royal came out, but now I want to finish them again. And like, I mean, a lot of people don't think a dub is fitting for Yakuza, but this is coming from somebody that's started with Yakuza 1, which has a dub, and I personally think the dub for Yakuza 7 is really good, at least based on the trailer.
Yeah, I can see a lot of people saying that, oh, you can't play Yakuza games in English. I'm like,
George Takei speak. Whatever.
But yeah, because like there's some type of authenticity or something. I can't talk right now, but yeah, there you go. Thank you. that is lost when it's in English because it's such a Japanese speaking series, I guess.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
mean,
it's gonna have dual audio anyway.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
Didn't the Yakuza spin-off Judgment have a dub? I dubbed that
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Okay. So, I hope this is the game that gets me into Yakuza, because Yakuza I really could not, like, hardcore get into. I don't know why. I feel like it's more of a brawler than anything else. People keep telling me, it's like, oh, it's an RPG, it's a JRPG. I'm like...
Well, I'd say it's more of a beat 'em up with light RPG elements, but I wouldn't call it an RPG.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying to people. This is not an RPG. This is just a beat 'em up brawler.
I just kind of more keep it like akin to like Japanese GTA.
Japanese GTA. That's what we had Sleeping Dogs for.
But that's Ubisoft.
That's
and
Chinese.
Ubisoft, Pico, and Soft,
Oh, my bad. No.
War with Shadow.
They're all like, nah, let me stop. Alright.
Back that one.
Though I'm gonna be honest, an actual Grand Theft Auto game in Japan would be awesome.
All right.
That would,
Of course, it's never gonna happen.
Another Grand Theft Auto game that isn't 5 would be awesome.
That would mean Rockstar would have to make another Grand Theft Auto, which they're never gonna do.
They're gonna just stay with Grand Theft Auto Online because it makes too much freaking money.
I mean, imagine Square Enix didn't make Final Fantasy 15 and then just kept supporting 14. Actually, I feel like a lot of people would have preferred that.
Unfortunately, but yeah, I could definitely see that in the early. They'll never make Grand Theft Auto 6 because GTA Online just makes them so much money. It's like, why put in the effort for this when I can probably make just as much money doing what already exists?
If they made GTA Online like a massive story and like it did not backpack off of 5's world, like it was its own world, like they had like San Andreas or they had like Liberty City, like if they had more to it, it was more like an MMO kind of thing, I think I'd be more into it. But it just seems like a waste of time, personally.
You talking about like GTA 5 or
GTA Online?
Oh, GTA Online. No, I think GTA Online is fine. It's actually pretty fun. I played it a lot with a couple of friends when it first came out.
So Shadow, you gonna pick it up on PS5?
You know it.
For the love of God. You gotta pick up Skyrim then, too.
Nah, I'm good on Skyrim. I spent like I spent like 1,000 hours in Skyrim. I'm good for a lifetime when it comes to Skyrim.
Didn't Todd Howard tease Skyrim PS5 edition the other day?
He did, and I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm actually afraid to go back to Skyrim because if I start modding that game, I'm never gonna leave. So I'm just gonna keep back from Skyrim.
I mean, hey, it's a good thing consoles have mod support.
Yeah, they do. That's what I'm afraid to look at because I be seeing screenshots on Twitter like you could do all that with Skyrim. I'm like, whoa, I'm not gonna go there. All right, so let's go to our Discord questions, real quick. First one comes from Acebreaker. What anime/manga series would you like to see get a video game adaptation that hasn't already? I'll say right now, I would like Vinland Saga to get like a type of game.
That'd be cool. I could see Vinland Saga. I'm wondering what game developer would Vinland Saga.
I was gonna say like who made the Dark Soul games, but that's more of a Berserk. I would see Berserk doing that.
I mean, I think From Software could possibly do a good job, especially if you see what they did with Sekiro. I could see them doing like all of the stuff that Thorfinn does. I could Sekiro, the guy, what was his name? Wolf, I think it was. He's doing a lot of acrobatic type of things.
Unfortunately, Riku, we're next to uncultured swine. They don't know nothing about Vinland Saga, man. People, if you haven't seen Vinland Saga, you need to get on it. I'm not joking on this. That shit is 100% worth the watch. And then you're gonna want to read the manga, and then the manga's gonna get slow, but it all builds up to something. I swear to God, if you got the time, go watch Vinland Saga. It is worth it.
Yeah, Vinland Saga is great. Anime of the year last year.
So
I think another good one by From Software would be a Berserk, because even though Berserk Muso was cool, come on now. The only reason Demon Souls even exists was because it was heavily inspired by Berserk in the first place. So I would love to see From Software's, take Berserk and just, make a faithful video game adaptation out of it. I think they'll do a great job.
Blake, you got one?
Now, so are we? So the question is, does this have to be like a series that has never had a video game?
Yeah, it hasn't already. He specified.
I'd say because at first I was thinking Code Geass and Gurren Lagann, but they both have Japanese exclusive DS games. So I mean, do those count?
I guess technically they would count. That was so long ago. So if you want those, I wouldn't mind.
I mean, there's also come back to me. I'll think of them.
Nearly, you got one? That anime game that you want as a game?
Well, I was gonna say Kaiji, but it does have some games which are only in Japan. Dang, I had one in my head a second ago, but I forgot it. Just get back to me later.
Pelvic?
My favorite already has an anime series. I already have Dot Hack, so now just give it to me. Like,
count.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm already good. I have all I want. Anime that I'd want to be.
Wait, did Doc Hat start off as a game first?
No.
Yeah. Wait, it didn't?
No, I thought Dot Hack Sign came out before the game. No, I'm pretty. Really?
The games came out first, and then the anime was a thing. I can't remember.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say now.
Real quick. Oh yeah, Helsing. That's actually a good one. But real quick, we got a super chat from Sebastian saying happy birthday to me. I was going to donate one for each year, but since I don't know your age, here's a flat 20. Thank you, Sebastian. Appreciate that, my guy. Every little bit helps on this birthday of mine. But yeah, like I said, Helsing is actually a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's great.
Helsing is like one of my favorite anime. I love that thing. Alucard's dub voice. I can listen to that man all day.
So, Hack Sign, the anime, originally came out April 4th, 2002. Dot Hack the game, Infection, came out June. So, I was right. Thank you.
In the same year?
Yeah, same year. Yep. April 4th, 2002, and then the game's June 20th, 2002. So, thank you.
Okay, we don't let you live on that one,
Pelvin. You say Dot had started as an anime?
Yeah, sorry.
They said that. I did not.
So did it start as a game or an anime?
Anime. The anime came out first.
Anime
I imagine
came out first. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an illegal combatant for Smash Bros. That's all I had to hear.
Oh my god. Another question from our Discord. Sebastian, 003 Peru. Most overrated games and how would you improve them? Also, Final Fantasy 9 is not an option. Oh my god. Most overrated games and how you were improve. Overrated games.
Overrated?
Yeah, he said most overrated games and how you would improve.
What, like so, like Final Fantasy 7 or like Persona 5?
What?
I mean, I guess those will technically count. It's like
I mean, Persona 5 did get improved by Persona 5 Hard, so we'll take that one out. But 7,
Yeah.
there's a decent amount of things you can improve off of like the original 7.
I mean, we got the remake.
That's true, but that's true, but I was talking about if we were to make like a turn-based Final Fantasy 7 game again.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
I wasn't a fan of how some of those like level layouts were.
Anybody else got any most overrated games you want to see improve?
Persona 5, and you can improve it by taking out Morgana.
Oh, you're right. Damn.
Wow.
This man went for the jugular.
Tales of Vesperia is another one. I think it's fucking overrated. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone like, are you kidding me? Everybody says like Tales of Vesperia is one of the best. Like Abyss definitely is up there. Don't get me wrong, but Abyss is nowhere near as talked about as Vesperia is. And Symphonia for that matter too. JRPG is gonna kill me, but
alright, so hold on real quick. We're gonna get back to your flawed ass opinion, Pelvic, real quick. But like how we got a problem with like Morgana that badly? I mean, I know he tells us to go to sleep a lot, but he not that bad.
Not he ugly.
Yes, he is.
I mean,
dude,
like,
he's so annoying. Like, I mean, okay, like he's just that like character that's with you all the time. Like I probably wouldn't mind him if he wasn't with me pretty much every second of the game, but he is, and he's always telling me what to do and explaining everything to me. It's just, could you just shut up, please?
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait. I need to know who's best Persona mascot. Hold on. Let Gnarly answer. Well, I just want his to answer first, and then everyone else can go. What's up? Best Persona mascot.
I guess.
Does she count?
No, she doesn't count.
What do you mean? She's
Like,
she's the logo for Persona 3 dancing.
Okay, listen.
Okay, who are the mascots then?
What's that dog name in Persona 3?
Yeah,
Komaru?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well,
yes.
Teddy.
No, hell not.
And then
Morgana.
Morgana. So really, let's just talk about Persona.
okay,
3, 4, 5.
Koromaru.
3, 4, 5. You think he's the okay? And your opinion is all right. Who? Everybody else.
I gotta agree with him, high key.
Okay, and your opinion's done. Riku, what's your opinion?
I don't think I've played enough Persona to.
Oh my god! And then Shadow, who's your favorite?
We're going with Teddy on that.
Oh my god, Shadow and I agree. Holy shit! Sound the alarm. Holy shit. We agreed. Teddy is best.
Teddy, it's not even a contest, really.
What does Mario do? What does he do?
I don't know.
What does he do?
I'll tell you what
do?
he doesn't do, and that's talk.
No, but Teddy's fun though. Teddy's fun. Okay, he's a good time, man.
Yeah, Teddy's
I
good.
Fun. He's a happy.
I didn't like
he's-
first, but yeah, he definitely changed that around and grew on to me. Morgana was like, honestly, Morgana was the opposite. I liked Morgana at first, and I was like, oh, this guy's way better than Teddy at first, and then he started talking.
Oh, man.
Then he started.
Looking cool, Joker. Looking cool, Joker.
Time to go to sleep.
Looking cool, Joker.
And then he started pitching to
Ooh, we can do this.
me, and yeah.
We got a super chat from Asbel Lant. I guess he's ranking the Tales of games. Number 1, Abyss. Number 2, Exalia 1 and 2. Number 3, Vesperia. Number 4, Grace's F. And number 5, Berseria. I don't have a problem with that. That's a really good. I mean, I'll probably put Exalia a little bit lower, but that's not bad. Okay. Yeah, don't mess with Teddy. Teddy's awesome.
When you said Vesperia is overrated, then what would you do to change that? Because that was the second part of the question.
Oh yeah, that was Pelvic's thing.
What would I do? I would focus it more on the best friends and expand on their like. Make it more about the vigilantism. Like I feel like that they dropped the ball there because it turned to like a global warming bullshit.
Yeah.
No one cared about that. Like I swear,
that.
I promise you, everybody cared about Flynn and Yuri.
Yeah.
Like everybody cared more about their dynamic.
I remember when I was first playing the game, and then as soon as we went to something else besides Yuri's Dark Justice crap, I was really uninterested after that point. When Lexi came in and then Duke, I was like, this is it's interesting.
I agree. Absolutely.
So we're talking about overrated games that we'd fix.
Yeah, just one more, and then we gotta move on to another question.
Generation 1 of Pokemon.
I mean, for the time, it was just it was perfect
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
time.
I'd say Generation 3 actually. A lot of people have nostalgia for Generation 3. I think Generation 3 is the worst generation objectively.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's Gen 6.
Oh, I forgot Gen 6. Never mind. Now Neely's right. Okay.
Whoa, hold on, time out. Is Gen 6 black and white?
No,
that's Gen 5.
Oh, okay.
Gen 6 is X and Y.
Oh, absolutely. X and Y is
is
trash. Absolutely. Fuck
Yeah,
X and Y.
no. X and Y's engine was cool, and like all the Pokemon in 3D was great, but Y Battle Revolution on the Wii still looks so much better, and it came years before.
Oh yeah. X and Y was just not only that, but it held your hand the entire game.
Yeah, it did. Man, I'm one of those people. I'm so pro Gen 1. I really am. Just like back in my day, you didn't get EXP share until like late in game. You had to love your Pokemon.
Yep. And now it just comes
such
standard.
A Gen 1er. I am. I really am.
I mean-
the day I die. Well,
I mean,
actually,
like-
Gen 2 admittedly is my favorite, but I do love Gen 1.
Pelvic, do we
Well,
have
I mean,
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say a lot of people like to bash Gen 1, but you gotta remember Gen 1 was the first of its kind.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, after 5 generations, they really should have done better with X and Y.
Yeah.
And was it X and Y like the first one that went 3D, or was that?
Technically, Coliseum
yeah.
and Gale of Darkness were.
Well, we're talking about like
Oh my
main
God.
series games. Come on.
I mean,
now.
I would say they were way more mainline. Like, they weren't necessarily spin-off in the way they played. Like, they weren't like Mystery Ninja and Ranger, which is like completely left field. They played like Pokemon games, so I consider them Pokemon games.
I mean, they are Pokemon games, but they're not mainline Pokemon games. Well, yeah, the best Pokemon generation is definitely 2.
Woo! We agree. Oh my God,
Yeah.
we are agreeing a lot. What's
Soul
going on?
Silver are the greatest Pokemon games of all time.
I've
Absolutely.
never
There's
played
no.
Soul Silver. I've played Silver and Gold. I've just never played like Heart Gold. or Soul
Really?
Silver.
I'm actually of the opinion that Black and White 2 are the best. But Heart Gold and Soul Silver, in my opinion, are the second best.
I don't blame you for that because Black and White are really good. They're really good.
I preferred the first version of Black and White. I had found Black and White 2 just kind of fell short in comparison to the first iteration of the game, but Generation 5 overall was a good generation, aside from some of the weird Pokemon they added, like Garbodor. I will never get over that.
And then they added like an ice cream Pokemon. What was that?
I like the ice cream.
Jeez.
I think it's cute.
Was that the same Pokemon game that had a fetus and a garbage bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gen 1 had Muck.
What the fuck you on about fetus?
Musharna.
Yeah,
Like
Musharna.
it wasn't actually a fetus, but that's what it looked like.
Hold on, Musharna Pokemon. Hold on. We're gonna see this.
Just wait, you got to see some Death Stranding
Oh
stuff.
come on! It looks like a sleeping anteater. What are you talking about?
Like that's what it's
Yeah.
supposed to
That's a
be, but in the position it's in, it looks like a fetus.
Oh come on! I looked at it and saw a sleeping ant. Y'all are weird. Okay, y'all are weird. Looks like a sleeping anteater. What are you on about? All right. Moving on.
All
What's your next question?
Looks like we got one from Shatnick. What JRPG would you take? What JRPG would you like to live in? And before we answer that, we got a super chat from Asbalan again. I just finished CS1 way early this morning. That ending was cold. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all know if you spoil this ending, I will never play a Trails of game. So I'm just go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put it right now. If you spoil it, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah.
All you need to know is that they probably do cliffhangers the best, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Don't say anything else. Yeah.
They do the best.
So, what JRPG world would you like to live in?
Fairy Tale?
I guess that technically counts.
Really.
I mean, I'm trying to think, and I'm like, I do not live in the Persona world at all.
It's basically the real world.
The real world with more steps.
What world would I like to live in?
Want to
Pokemon.
live in the boring world of Final Fantasy VIII, Shadow?
Oh man, nah, definitely not. But you want to live in the barren world of Final Fantasy 9?
It's not barren, okay?
It's a bit barren.
Whatever. Maybe a little bit.
I'll say I would like to live in the Disgaea universe. Granted, I don't end up as a demon like a Prinny or something like
If
that.
you become a pretty bro, it's over.
Yeah, exactly.
Although you simp at Madame Seraphina if you do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think Disgaea will be fun.
I mean, Xenoblade. I'm trying to think of Xenoblade's universes, and they're all okay. And then you think of Xenoblade Chronicles X, and you're like, oh dang, billions of people died in those life ships. I really don't want to be in X's universe.
Anybody else?
Ooh, the Atelier games. Those are always those games are so safe.
Just peaceful.
Well, I want to say Pokemon, but I feel like it's too obvious a choice, so I'm gonna say Paper Mario.
Oh, that's interesting. But you would be like 2D the whole time. Could you live with yourself like that?
Yeah.
Someone said Summer and Cogger in chat. That is not a JRPG.
They
Part of me like wants to say, you know, like one that takes place in like high fantasy, you know, like Trials of Mana. But then I just think about like buildings technically don't have air conditioning. I get too real about it. I'm like, I'll die. Like, how do I live without
Probably
AC?
Patrick. I don't know.
But like, I don't know. I do really like, you know, the fantastical world of Trials of Mana. I think is just, like Radiant Historia is actually pretty cool, but they're in the middle of war, so I don't know if I want to dabble in that. Oh, the world ends with you. Oh no, I don't want to die. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, see, Mother 3. Oh, Mother. Damn, like all these JRPGs have like shit that like pops off in them.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
really
Like,
in that world.
Listen, that's what makes it a JRPG, bro. If you do not fight God, what are you doing?
I really tell you which one I wouldn't
know.
want to live in. I would not want to live in the world of God Eater.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I think my worst choice would be Fallout.
Ah, yeah, that would be terrible. Oh, that would be terrible. I'd rather live in Skyrim.
I'll say I would not want to live in the Doom universe if I am not the Doom Slayer.
That's
Well,
literally
how about
how.
Kingdom Hearts? I would live in the world of Kingdom Hearts. It's safe and cozy there. And there's several worlds you can go to. Some
Are
have
you
air
okay with being
conditioning, some
written
don't.
terribly?
Oh my god, it's fine. I'm my own character. Okay, everyone else can be written terribly, but not me.
Yeah. What would your Tetsuya Nomura name be?
I don't know. I don't have an X in my name. So.
Afro Samurai? Nah.
Your name,
I wouldn't wield a sword. I'd wield like.
Your
Oh, I
name
guess
would-
there's only really swords, huh?
Yeah. And
Well,
zippers.
Yeah.
actually, for a JRPG that I could live in, can I say Zelda on the grounds that Zelda 2 is an RPG?
See, I was gonna say Zelda. I was gonna say Zelda, but it wasn't a JRPG, so no, you're not allowed
Zelda,
to say
okay,
Zelda.
no,
No.
Zelda 2 is an RPG.
I know you're right, but I'm still saying no. That's all. That's all. Oh, Octopath Traveler I think would be kind of cool. Except again, it's high fantasy, which I love.
Yeah, it's really just high fantasy for the most part.
And you live in a 2D plane. You
Oh
live in
my
an
gosh, but it's like a full world. Oh, Chrono Trigger would be fun. Chrono Trigger. Well,
How would that be fun?
no, you're right. I said it was fun
Yeah.
because I thought of the Millennium Festival, and I was like, that looks fun. But then,
Lava's
Then-
gonna come and destroy everything.
yeah, that doesn't seem super cool.
I would
And
like.
I'm trying to think, like, what's popping in the world of Xenoblade 2? Nope, can't do that.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
and Super Mario Odyssey isn't a JRPG. I'm just like, oh my god. Gravity
That's
Rush. Okay. Oh, Gravity Rush. I think Gravity Rush is kind of cool. Yeah,
Oh,
Gravity Rush too.
Is that a JRPG?
It's not a
What about the world
Oh.
of Paper
Son of
Mario?
a bitch. Whatever.
Darley already said that.
Did he?
Yeah, he said Paper
Yeah.
Mario.
Mario and
Honestly-
Luigi.
You can say yeah.
Xenosaga or something.
With the Genosis? I don't know about that.
Do you really remember that?
Persona 5? I mean,
That's basically the real world.
The real
Yeah.
world with more steps.
yeah,
you say
but,
Devil
but there's an
Survivor, it literally is a real world.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Devil's yeah. It's literally modern day
Why are y'all
Tokyo.
making it so difficult.
All right, there's no place
you
to
know what?
live.
Fine. I choose Legend of Mana. I've decided. Okay,
Okay.
done. God damn.
All right. Our next question. We'll take 2 more Discord questions. Our next question comes from Ryan. Do you think? Okay, this is Atelier Ryza. Do you think Ryza's thighs are enough to carry the series to continued success when they've milked Ryza of sequels and need a new character?
He said milked and thighs in the same sentence.
Personally, I'm a little bit worried for Koei Tecmo and Gus. I don't think they can go back to how they used to be when it comes to the Atelier games. Basically being not
Cutesy.
just mid, and not just cutesy, but just being borderline irrelevant. Like, nobody really cares about the Atelier games before Ryza. So, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to definitely need to get a new character in there, or...
They'll have to give her thicker thighs.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, I think we said last podcast, they need a MILF or something like that. That would be different.
I gotta get people horny.
But I think in the next Atelier game, either it's gonna be, we're definitely gonna get Atelier Ryza 3. That's what I think. But maybe after that, or maybe 3 will be a new Atelier game. But I think it's gonna be dual protagonists, and Ryza's gonna be one of the protagonists. I don't know if I had to bet on it, I would say the series will go back to being irrelevant after Ryza leaves.
Or they keep using the Ryza timeline, give Ryza a kid, stem off of that.
It would have to be a female kid at all times.
I mean, hey, listen. I'm not fighting that.
Would that make Ryza a MILF?
Oh yeah, it definitely would. Yeah, I would qualify it. We got a super chat from Night Fury. I would live in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 world because I'm trying to get Bunny Dahlia Blade and shoot with LeBron.
Bro, listen, I don't know if it's just me, but I never gave 2 about Dahlia, bro.
Dahlia wasn't. Dahlia was fine.
She like, but it's just her design was so.
Yeah.
So
How you support your back like that, bro?
like, listen, you know, like by all means, you know, it wasn't even like the big boobs weren't like the end all be all. It was just like, but the coolest thing about her design was her hair turned into bunny ears. Everything else, she wore like, what do you call it, like a traditional Chinese dress? You know what I'm talking about? I forgot like the proper term.
And like her heels were weird too. They were like claws or something like that. I don't know what's going on
Let
there.
me look at her. I just was not amused by her design. Like sex appeal, you know, go hard in the paint. Let's go. You know, because actually a lot of the designers were actually like hentai artists. So
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
which is fine. But like, I just wanted like a cool design to go with it. You know. So yeah, that's it. It's Dahlia Xenoblade Chronicles. Let's see.
Alright.
What heel shoes work a wit.
That controversy in the end when the game first came out was something else. But yeah. Next one comes from Salazar Naruto. How is Final Fantasy 9 so much better than Final Fantasy 6? I think this is either trolling.
Why would you ask that?
I mean, Final Fantasy 6 is definitely top tier. Final Fantasy 9,
You didn't beat it.
not so much.
You don't get to
Hey,
say
listen. Hey,
anything.
no, listen. I knew when I played Final Fantasy 6 for about 15 hours, I knew it was top tier. Final Fantasy 9, not so much.
Are you?
I'm just saying.
Kidding me? Oh my god. No, Final Fantasy 9 is fantastic. Like, the characters are wonderful. The journey that you go, like, the humor is top notch. When fucking Quina and Vivi get married, are you kidding? Like, you didn't laugh at that? Oh, and the villain was great. And not that I'm not saying the villain wasn't great in 6 or the characters weren't great in 6, but like 9 just nailed it. And with that like high fantasy, it's so good. What do you want about? I don't even hate 6. I also want to be clear. I don't hate 6. I do not. Like 6 actually did some really incredible and revolutionary things, like build your own character by means of magic tite or whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like essentially the summons. Like that was cool. I give it that, yes. But 9 is still my favorite, so you know, fuck on that.
All right, let's go to our next one because I think that was just a troll and entertaining one.
my bad.
What's the most obscure JRPG you own? I think own.
The most obscure?
I want to say I own Moe Chronicle.
Like, define obscure. Like, expensive or rare or one that nobody ever is played or talks about or what?
I think that's what it is. Nobody has ever played or talked about, maybe.
Well, the most obscure JRPG I own is Operation Darkness.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about that one.
Yeah, I did. I mentioned it in one of my underrated Atlas Games video, but it's like it's Xbox 360 exclusive. It's strategy RPG set in World War II.
Yeah, I did see this one. I remember a long time ago. I was gonna buy this one when I saw it in the store. Yeah, I didn't get it.
Please don't tell me you didn't buy it because of IGN's review.
Oh no, I just didn't buy it. I just saw it. I was thinking about buying it, and while I was in the store, I just didn't get it. What did IGN say about it? They gave it like what?
They give it a 2.5 out of 10.
Damn.
Which is less than Superman 64.
Wow. Ouch. Super chat from Nick Knack. Just wanted to send some for the birthday guy and for a good podcast. Hope it goes to some good games or good food. Thank you, Nick Knack. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the birthday wishes, my guy.
That was sweet.
I mean, you said Moiro because I own Moiro as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically, I mean, I own this game called Dark Cloud. I think that's a JRPG.
It definitely is.
Yeah, it is.
What you got to say about Dark Cloud, Pelvic, huh?
No, the problem is I love Dark Cloud, but I know for a fact if I played it today, I would hate it. Like, I would absolutely despise it. Because one of my biggest things I despise in JRPGs is grinding for items. And I believe in Dark Cloud, that's something you have to do, no?
Oh,
or is that
absolutely,
just
yeah.
Dark Cloud 2?
Nah, you gotta grind for items, and then you gotta break down weapons, and
Despise that. Oh my god.
Alright.
I despise it.
I'm gonna let you live on that one.
Like, because I tried Dark Cloud 2. Oh, I could not. I couldn't get past the first level. Oh god, I hated it.
Just real quick in the chat, I'll address something real quick. I see in the chat. Invite Eric Landon. I've tried numerous times to get Eric Landon on here. he just doesn't want to because I guess reasons, or he doesn't do well with the crowd. But I've tried. I tried to get him on here. Yeah, he's not for it. All right. And last Discord question comes from Jonah. Question: thoughts on JRPGs on mobile devices such as Guardian Tales? Trust me, it's a great game. Tales of Custoria, Terra Battle, Another Eden, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and Landgressor Mobile. Does anybody play any mobile games in here?
No,
I
not
played
me.
Pokemon Go in the summertime, and that's about it.
Well, okay, actually, when I was a kid, I played Chrono Trigger on my iPod.
Oof.
So, like, if we're talking like ports to mobile, then yeah, I'll play them. But like, as far as like mobile gacha games, no.
Okay, you guys are good people. Don't be like me. Don't get into
I
gotcha
played
games.
Fire Emblem Heroes for about a year and a half before my soul was just.
I actively try to stay away from any video games.
Me too. Like, I haven't even played that much of DX2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shin Megami Tensei. Yeah, I played that for a little bit. It's actually pretty good, but I'm just not willing to put hours into it like I do with Fate Grand Order.
Yeah, Riku, are there any like Falcom mobile games? Is there like a Falcom gacha game with all your favorite Falcom characters?
There are games that have Falcom characters as special guests in their game, and they look really cool. But it's still not enough for me to get into gaming on my phone. So even if there was like I'm trying to think. If, let's say, like one of the main Trails games decided to say this next game is gonna be mobile and is connected to the universe, then maybe.
Don't do it, man. It's not worth it. Don't do it.
Consider it. But
Remember when mobile games didn't have microtransactions?
But is that a thing? What was this?
it was very
10 years ago?
I remember
I'm
like
pretty
Flappy
sure-
Bird or something like that.
I'm pretty sure I remember like Temple Run on my old iPod Touch having microtransactions. That was like one of the first mobile games.
Well,
I ever played.
Yeah, but I mean, just like most mobile games, at least at the time, it's like you just pay like $2 or $3 for them, and then you just get like basically a full game.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just miss those days.
Not anymore. Like they you pay nothing and you end up giving like $300 to the damn game.
Exactly.
You know, I think I'd like a lot more mobile games if, for example, like they were on like or for example, I don't like touch controls in anything. Like, there's no exception to that. I hate touch controls in everything. So, like, for example, if a lot of these mobile games had, like, counterparts to say, like, or maybe if they even for, like, the Switch, like Google Play Store on the Switch or something like that, that would never happen. But, like, if they had some alternative to use controllers and have no input delay, so I could play something like Jetpack Joyride without having to use, like, touch controls and actually have, like, buttons, because I feel like they're more precise, or, like, play, like, San Andreas, or, like, because all the GTA games, all the classic ones are on mobile. So, I mean, if they had a better way to go about it, I think I'd enjoy mobile games more. But I can't do touch controls.
Blake, you didn't play Pokemon Masters?
I got into the early access because I was from Canada, but aside from that, no.
Okay. Alright. Well, yeah, so, like, Tales of Custoria, it's not too bad, but it's definitely still a gotcha game at the end of the day. So
Imagine they put a DMC game on mobile.
DMC Devil May Cry game?
Yeah, imagine they put a Devil May Cry game on mobile. Can you imagine trying to get all those buttons on touch controls?
Well, I'm pretty sure they'll make it so it's easier to just do combos. It wouldn't be like too in depth with the combos, especially in the early going. But yeah, if anybody asks me to play a mobile game, first of all, I'm gonna tell you no, don't do it. But Tales of Custoria is the only one I recommended because it's actually a true blue Tales of game for the most part, but it's still a gotcha game at the end of the day, so you'll still be rolling for whatever units you want. But you do get to start out with any Tales of character that you want for the most part. So if you can let that last you until the end of the game, you don't have to spend any money on it. And you'll probably get a good Tales of game out of it. But when it comes to me and people be asking me, should they get into Fate Grand Order? I always tell them no. Don't do it to yourself. I've given that game too much of my time and a little bit of my money to justify anybody getting into them. All right, so I think that's a podcast, people.
Cool.
We're gonna go with outros. So go ahead, Blake.
As always, a big thank you to Shadow for having me on. We had fun tonight. Of course, where you can find me is on Westtown HD on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, the whole nine. Your boy hasn't had a whole lot of time to stream recently. Hopefully, I'll be able to stream some Fairy Tail. We're currently streaming a lot of that Cold Steel because Riku held me at gunpoint, so I had to pick it up. So we're doing that over on the Twitch page, and I'm working like 48 hours this week. So if I find time, I'll stream. If not, we'll be streaming eventually. Hit that like button.
Alrighty, Riku.
Riku-san one, the only one here. Good episode. We were able to knock out some of the questions you had building up and talk about a little bit of next gen, some Eiyuden Chronicle. Hopefully, we see some more of that. Next episode, if done on a Sunday, we should have some good treats for you guys. So look forward to that.
Oh, absolutely! You guys have no idea what we got in store.
Yeah, I actually don't. What is going on in this podcast? What is going on? Anyways, continue.
Go ahead, Pelvic, with your outro.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, and thank you again, Shadow, the birthday boy, for inviting me on. You can find me at youtube.com/Pelvic Gaming, and of course on Twitter at Lady Pelvic. Definitely check out all my JRPG goodness. Lots of reviews. My next review actually isn't a JRPG, it's a Kirby game, but no, my next one actually is Xenoblade. It's Xenoblade, Kirby, and then Wild Arms 2, and I'm currently playing Dragon Quest 8, so a lot of good stuff to look forward to. Yeah.
Alright, and Gnarly?
What's up, guys? You can check me out on my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/c/Gnarly, and then on Twitter, I'm at crawling_Gnarly. I'm not sure how active I'll be in the next coming months because I got my college semester starting, but I do have some videos planned that I think you guys are gonna like.
Alright. I look forward to those. I always like your videos. Everybody those videos too. I'm not,
Did you like my Final Fantasy 8 video? Did you like my Final Fantasy 8 video?
Hey, you saw that I put the dislike button on that one. Alright.
Did you?
I showed you.
Thanks for the engagement.
Oh yeah, that's true. I should have reported it. Alright, guys. Alright, guys, that's it. You guys know who I am, Mr. JRPG here. We'll have some videos coming up soon in the future. Look forward to it. Gonna be streaming on Twitch tomorrow. Fake Green Order. If you're interested, come see the Salt when I roll the gotcha. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.